I'm going to upload this video, see if anybody out there is interested and wants to follow along. The segments are going to be short, nothing lengthy, but I'm going to catch you up on what's been going on with one of the Dallas police departments. This began July 13th of last year. I was contacted by Detective Grubbs. Asked my name was Brian. I said, yes. He said, you have a brother named David that lives in Dallas. I said, yeah. He explained that they'd found a body in his apartment. He then stated that he had left a suicide letter, and my name was mentioned in it. I asked the detective what the letter said. Grubbs told me that he could not reveal the contents until the body is identified. Grubbs then informed me that the last time he had been seen alive was June the 5th, a month prior. He then told me the phone number for the forensics lab in Dallas. I immediately called the forensics lab and was told that yes, they did receive a John Doe. Informed them that Detective Grubbs contacted me about his body that was found, and they knew about the suicide note but did not know the content. The lab gave me the case number 23-13432. I was then instructed to use this number anytime I contacted them. I asked if they had taken fingerprints, and I was told that they could not get fingerprints because of the condition of the body. I asked if they used dental records and was told there was no teeth that could be used for a match. This struck me as really odd. The only thing I could think of was a gunshot to the head, maybe. You know, and you think the worst. So on the 24th of July last year, I went to KSP Forensics Lab here in my state to get a DNA sample. Was told, unfortunately, that the collector was on vacation, and I was instructed to go to Post 14, try to get a sample from the detectives there. Was informed by the post commander, and these people are great. You can't beat Kentucky State Police. All the detectives were on a major case in a town nearby. It was unknown when they would be able to get the sample. So I left, came back home. I told them to give me a call, and I came back home. Within an hour after I'd gotten home, I'd received a call from KSP Post in Moorhead. Detective asked if he could come to my house. The detective arrived within 20 minutes. I mean, unbelievably fast. I'm like, oh my God, how fast did you drive to get here? He's like, I was in the area. I said, sure you was. So he took the DNA. I showed him the notes that I'd taken all the way up to that point. He said, can I have a copy? I said, take those. I've got more. So I said, this keeps you on top of it. And Post 14's commander kept a copy. And what really irritated me later was the KSP commander called this detective, and he said the detective answered immediately. And I told him, I've called 12, 14 times, never got a return call, always left a message. And he said, well, he probably showed Kentucky State Police on the ID, that's why he answered it. So, shit on the little people. Yeah, we don't care about them. You know, we'll talk to somebody, maybe it's going to pull some strings for us someday. I contacted the forensics lab in Dallas, asked if they'd received the DNA sample on July 27th. They told me that they had. I asked how long it might take, and the lab informed me it may take 6 weeks to 6 months for the results to be sent to them. Okay, that was the end of that year. January the 11th, I was contacted by the crime lab in Dallas. They had confirmed that the body found was my brother. Over the last several months, I've called the Dallas PD with no return calls. I'd called in 14 times at this point with no return call. I filed a FOIA request, which was received on 12:34 p.m. by Dallas PD. Have received no response at all. This is February 26th. April 2nd, still no response to the FOIA request. I'm beginning to get the message this department is run by clowns, much like Washington, D.C. May 21st was contacted by Dallas Forensic Lab in regards to the FOIA I'd sent them. They said that they had no information that could be available from them, because all they were a forensics lab. And I told them I understood. And I told them that I was going to prepare a letter to send to all the newspapers detailing everything I've gone through with no results. And miraculously, after I said that, it was not a day and a half, I was contacted by a DA that said that this case is being investigated as a homicide, not a suicide. And by releasing any information to me might jeopardize the investigation. Well, if you've not solved one single death in a year, what the hell does it matter what you release? You know, if you're that inept in your job, then you need to be removed. You need to put somebody in the place that will do the job, that wants to do the job, not some dried up old lackey that's just sitting there drawing a check, keeping a chair warm. I'll keep everybody updated. I just wanted to get this uploaded and pass this to everybody. And if I get enough response to this, I'll keep the updates coming. Appreciate it.